So DanMachi has officially returned, dropped 2 episodes today, and with its return came the biggest betrayal the series has ever seen to date. And that's without exaggeration. That bombshell that they dropped was insane. So obviously, spoiler warning for the select people who need a reminder, DanMachi's back. Hiden's betrayal to aid our group is the biggest curveball they could have possibly thrown at us. The way episode 12 ends, to be like, wait a second. Excuse me? In a sicker universe, this was the episode they left us off for like the multiple month break. Luckily, we had 13 immediately at our disposal so we could see the full context. And honestly, the way 13 ends, it's a pretty solid, similar to episode 11, it's a very solid stopping point. So even though we have like a 2.5 week break before the next episode, because episode 14 comes out on the Wednesday, the last Wednesday of this month, and then 15 is the following Wednesday after that. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird, wonky schedule, but given the fact that the quality speaks for itself, I'm okay waiting. It makes sense. They hinted at it earlier into the episodes when this whole event first started, that Bell whispered something to Miss Supporter saying, hey, like, I think this will happen. Turns out he said he expects that there's a possibility that Hiden would support them. And we see why. He launches an orbital strike and wipes out so many enemies. And it turns out his reasoning is that he pretty much feels like he's doing what's right. He accepts that he will be punished, might even be killed, but he firmly believes that the correct answer, because his loyalty for Freya is genuine. Like, that is, I firmly believe that his loyalty to Freya is real and genuine, that he cares for Freya deeply, but he can recognize that what Bell wants to do here is probably for the best for her. And I can really respect that. But yeah, Freya didn't see that coming, nor did anyone. There was literally zero predictions that Hiden was going to do this. I know, because I read Reddit threads, I read Twitter threads, I read my comments, and no one thought this was going to happen. There's going to be someone who's going to go back and edit their comment and be like, no, see, I totally did. But that betrayal was insane, and there was so many, there was a love confession. They cooked. No one who watches this season in a binge is going to ever expect there was a delay for this show or that it suffered production issues. Like, it was that good. Of course, you want to support my work, see my full thoughts on these episodes. We got the Patreon, we got those full live reactions to all these wonderful DanMachi episodes over there exclusively. So, a lot of crazy shit happened. Ryu dropped a full-ass love confession of all things. It wasn't just like, I thought it was like, oh, she's admitting out loud, but he doesn't hear. No, he hears and he's like, wait, what? And she doubles down and then she triples down. Like, she fully is like, I'm in love with you, boss man. And I'm like, Hestia who? I'm telling you, that is the OTP. It will never set sail, but I respect her for dropping it fully on our boy's face. It's funny too, because while we are still going to get the fight, if you looked at the poster that they dropped a few weeks back, a month back, something like that, it was kind of like, hey, we're going to return to DanMachi, don't worry, here's this great new poster, and it's Bell facing off against the big boy. He didn't do shit these past 2 episodes, and I'm okay with that, because they let other characters cook, and, you know, it looks like he's going to fight now, but still, it is so funny because Bell, I said this when Bell was initially getting his shit pushed in before the break, if this man wanted to kill Bell, Bell would be dead. Like, he restrained himself. It is very clear that Bell was outmatched when it came to him, because despite Bell massively jumping up in power, Bell is not the strongest character in this show as it stands. That is facts. He will get there, but he's not currently the strongest character. Mamma Mia came in with a freaking shovel. She is out of her prime. She is technically out of shape. She's not where she once was. And she did better against this dude than Bell did. It is now canon that Mamma Mia is stronger than Bell as it stands, and I think that's freaking glorious. That woman came in swinging, quite literally, and it was fantastic. Though, it was insane just all the different moments. Like, we also had a DanMachi first. Double level up. So, Ryu, back in the day, they say like 5 years ago, and we knew this, but they reconfirmed 5 years ago, she was a very high level rank 4. Like, she... You know, you probably could have argued, depending on, you know, getting another level if she wanted to before disappearing, doing her shit, she might have even been able to rank up to 5. Put her through Season 4's bullshit, put her through all the shit that's happened now in Season 5. It's completely understandable that when she's finally ranked up, you know, decided to, yeah, she got 2 levels in 1, and that's why there's such a disconnect between the last time people have fought her and now, because she's, yeah, it's a night and day difference. And, you know, that makes me wonder, is Belle gonna eventually get a triple rank up just to steal the crown from her? I kind of hope not, because I think that's a really cool, like, medal to wear, because, you know, no one's ever done that before. But yeah, she came back swinging, and all the moments, you know, the love confession, there's the betrayal, there's all these great moments, and these 2 episodes just cooked and cooked and cooked. There's points that I could, like, pick apart and be like, okay, there's a little more slideshowy or freeze frame, and I have to imagine, like, the big reason why we got the delay that we got, which isn't cheap, mind you. Like, anime companies pay for TV slots in Japan, so if they don't use them, it's not like they get their money back, and then they have to buy more TV slots. So it's an expensive thing, not only because you're continuing to pay for the labor to make the episodes when you're hoping they could just go to the next project, you're also paying for the distribution more. So to allow a delay, like, I'm generally curious what suffered, like, what was bad about it. And I have to imagine it was probably the big fights, because if they probably would have, you know, released them on schedule, most likely it would have been a lot more slideshowy, is my gut impression. Because, like, when you look at Ryu using her Forma Familia's abilities, like, she's skating around with fire skates, doing the cool, like, she's the Human Torch, and it's so smooth, it's so elegant, and they delivered emotion and production value. Like, yes, in a perfect world, 1 through 15 aired, no breaks. But I don't think this is going to kill the hype. I mean, DanMachi's a very popular series. It's like saying a My Hero Academia or an Attack on Titan or a Demon Slayer isn't going to get viewers because of delays. Like, no, yes, some people will forget about it and maybe won't watch it, but it's such a large mainstream level show that it's not going to be dead on arrival like some shows when they come back, like a Misfit of Demon King Academy or Nier Automata, you know, like there's different levels of anime popularity, and DanMachi's kind of in a category of its own. They returned, they cooked. I'm still shooketh by I am so glad episode 12 isn't where they left off, because I would have been pulling my freaking hair out being like, why did he betray his own people? Seeing the answer makes sense, but yeah, best moment out of the 2 episodes, the heathen shit. Mamma Mia smacking that fool with a damn shovel, very close second. And Ryu, close third, because, holy shit. Freya is definitely going to lose at this point. I just don't know what's going to happen to Freya when it's all said and done, because she's committed some war crimes. I don't know, man. This shit was good. 12 and 13, absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. You'd have to be a nitpicker to really have issues with it, in my humble opinion, but let me know what you thought of the return of DanMachi, especially DanMachi's biggest betrayal to date. Let me know down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course ring that bell, and like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Korosami Fan, Vongala Flame, Zerps Bees, and we also have A Eevee, so I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and you'll have a good one.